Anyway, I went and met with David. That was great. And I brought him the Tesla machine, and I gifted it to him. I actually didn't give it to him right then, but I'm giving him one. And he used it there at the iconic office.
We're setting everything off there, yeah?
The alarms are going off.
It's like things of needles, it's really nice.
What's that?
Real things of needles.
Yeah. By the way, just so you know, the crazy Mexican scientist who made this, he's like a huge fan of yours.
Oh, bro.
So, like maybe you could say hello, thanks.
Hello,
for...
mate. Thanks for making it.
Yeah, he'll love that. Thank you. And one thing interesting is David Icke actually talked about plasma, or see what the Tesla machine does, and this is what Nikola Tesla supposedly, I don't believe anything, discovered. But what's more likely is this information was well known, but he somehow had access to it, and he was one of the last people to kind of have access to it. And they ended up basically taking him out, and Donald Trump's uncle stole most of his technology, and that is what they say. That's like a fact of what they say. Donald Trump's uncle stole most of this technology, and it kind of disappeared for a long time. I don't know how they do this, but it kind of did. But David Icke's talked about it, because basically what it does is there's life force energy all around us. This is what Tesla talked about. Also Einstein talked about it. Even though he was sort of like a Jew who was like a fake genius. Well, he was kind of a genius. Actually, a lot of stuff he said I really liked. He's basically he said a lot of stuff I say, that none of this is real, because it's not. If you have any sort of brains, you just think it through. It's like, this can't be real. So what is it? And that's some of the stuff he talked about. So I actually don't mind Einstein, even though I think he was promoted because he was, Jewish, and they put all their people into place. He's the genius, right? But anyway, so they all talked about this. Like Einstein talked about it. I think he called it 0-point energy. I think Tesla called it plasma. Other people call it life force energy. And it's all around us. And we can use it for our health, and we can use it for energy, free energy. And in fact, this is interesting, Gareth Icke interviewed a few weeks ago a guy who was talking about using Tesla's life force energy, plasma, 0-point energy, for free energy and for health, and he's now dead.
If you go back over 100 years ago, many people have heard of Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was developing free energy instruments. They were scalar energy instruments. And the powers that be over 100 years ago were intimidated by his research, because free energy will, if you will, shatter any economic paradigm. You have scarcity in most economic models. And if you present to the military-industrial complex free energy, that upsets the apple cart. Now, Nikola Tesla had demonstrated over 100 years ago that he could harness the energy of the sun and the stars. That's free energy from the sun and the stars. And he could use this for a scientific work, for a ability to power a motor. So to cut to the chase here, this energy is, the knowledge of this energy is suppressed today on account of the fact that it is free energy, on account of the fact that it will intimidate and make obsolete, in many cases, the existing landscape of technology.
Yeah, he was just on with Gareth Icke talking about this stuff, and then his family said he had catastrophic injuries, and that's all they said, and he's dead now. Now that is very, very strange, talking about this stuff, and then his family just said he had catastrophic injuries with no other details, and he's dead, right after he was like on Gareth Icke's show talking about it. Well, I was just on Gareth Icke's show. I was there with David Icke talking about this stuff. I'm talking about it right here. we'll see what happens. I think I am protected, but we'll see. I don't know how powerful they are in this video game, but very interesting that just recently happened. And David Icke has been talking about this as well.
Plasma is known as the fourth state of matter. You've got the solid, you've got the gas, you've got the liquid. Plasma is the fourth state of matter, they say. And it's a kind of matter, but it's a much higher frequency than matter. In fact, it's so high, we can't actually see it.
So just like with Max Egan, I'm giving David Icke one of the Tesla machines because I consider both Max and David to be incredibly important in this video game at this moment in time. They've been leaders in figuring out all this stuff and speaking it, despite being banned and shadow banned and debanked and ridiculed all along the way. So I'm giving David one of those machines. And here's an interesting thing. Him and his partner Christiane used it both for about 10 minutes each, not long. I didn't have much time there. And they both had a pretty incredible experience with it. David has a neck problem he's had his whole life, and we put it on his neck for 10 minutes. And he said he felt a bit better afterwards, which is pretty incredible already. But then he said, and this is kind of funny, he said to me, "This is strange, mate." I said, "What?" He said, "I feel taller." I don't know what happened. Like maybe it like already started working, and like maybe because of that, his neck kind of like stood up straighter or something, but he felt taller afterwards. And his partner Christiane had another also pretty amazing experience, which I don't want to say too much about because she might not want me to say it publicly, but she had a major health problem. And she said it was super, well, I won't say too much, but if she doesn't mind me saying it in the future, and as I find out more information, I might let you know, but she also had a pretty incredible experience with the machine. That's just 10 minutes with the machine. So I'm gonna be getting that machine. So Max and David Icke will have it, and I told them both, if they just use it every day for like a few months, it's going to change their lives dramatically. Their health will get unbelievable. And it also has all kinds of other amazing, gives you so much energy. It also seems to connect you more and gets you out traumas and stuff. It's an incredible, this is the stuff they've been hiding. And somehow I've gotten access to it now, which is just incredible. Like the video game gives you power-ups right when you need them. Because I remember thinking like a year ago, it's like, I wonder if I can like become like super like healthy, like something that shouldn't even be possible for my age. And then right after that, I got given the Tesla machine, and I've been my health's been improving dramatically ever since. The energy I've had on this trip has been unbelievable. I've been up at 6 in the morning, sometimes driving all day on the wrong side of the road through the UK and in Serbia as well, on the right side of the road. There is no right or wrong, but you know what I'm saying. And sleep at midnight, no problem. I could not do this before at all, like not even close. But now with this machine, I have incredible energy. And if you want to get one, you can. Just go to Tesla Club. It's tzla.club. It's not super cheap, but it's also not super expensive for getting miraculous technology that will pretty much fix any problem you've got with health and give you incredible health. It's everything they've been hiding for like 100 years. So anyway, you can check that out if you want to get that. But, oh, and I should mention, if you do want to get something like that, you should do it quickly. We're headed towards World War III. Most of the parts for the machine come from China. China. If World War III breaks out and all the supply chains break down, they might not be able to make these anytime soon. Not to mention, you might not even be able to ship anything soon. All the supply chains are going to be breaking down. So I'm just saying, if you want to get something like that, I would suggest you do it as soon as possible. And who knows, like they just killed the last guy who talked about it. Maybe I'll be dead in a week from catastrophic injuries. If so, you'll know why. Although I think I'll be okay. I think with this machine and with my meditation and everything, it's almost like I can control all of my reality and I can see everything and I get intuition and instincts. I don't think, now this is gonna look so stupid, I'm gonna look so stupid if I'm dead in a week from catastrophic injuries. I don't think they could take me out. I don't wanna like say it too loud, you know, and like really like give them like, cause I know they're watching. Of course they are. It's like the AI watches too, right? Like that's how they do all these things. I don't want to like put it in their face, so they're like, we have to try to get him. He thinks we can't get him. But yeah, no, try and get me if you want. They've been trying for a long time. they never stops me. I don't know what it is. Just grace of God, divine, whatever, in this video game. But yeah, anything can happen, believe me. And actually, they use all kinds of other magic, black magic stuff to try to stop this. I wouldn't doubt it if they do a lot of things to make it really hard for people to get this machine. So if you do want to get one, I would just say you probably should get it really quickly. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there. I'll hop on my DEI flight with my vaccinated pilots